Hi, and welcome to the Mortgage Home YouTube channel. My name is Richard Purnell, and we are your buy-to-let mortgage experts. Now, in this video, I want to talk about AVMs. No, what the hell does that mean? Automated valuation model. Sounds a bit of a mouthful, doesn't it? But I'm telling you, you should spend the next few minutes understanding what AVMs are, because they could be an absolute lifesaver, as they have been for a number of our clients recently, and I want to share with you why. Could be an absolute goldmine. Now, before we do that, please, as always, just click subscribe if you haven't done. That means you'll get those notifications when we drop the next content, which is roughly on a weekly basis. And if you can click the like button at the end of it, if you feel that it's something that, yeah, actually that's useful, then it gives us that feedback that we're roughly in the right direction. Okay, let's get on with AVMs. Okay, as I said, automated valuation model. Now, what is it? When you submit an application, whether that is a purchase or indeed a refinance, there are more and more lenders now trying to do a valuation without a physical valuation, without sending a surveyor out to your home, your tenant's property. The data, the quality of data that's out there, the AI that's out there, the algorithms now are now coming together so that they can work out with more accuracy what your property is valued at without getting eyes on the ground. Now, why should you care about that? Well, there's some amazing, now you might want to jot some of these down, because there's some, I'm going to come to the big one at the end. But we're going to start off with speed, of course. If we can do an AVM on your application, then literally it's like that. We've submitted the application, the computer tries to do the AVM, and if it's got enough quality of data to do that, then it passes through that section in seconds. Now, you know that with a physical valuation, that can be booked in 1, 2, 3 weeks ahead of time. And I've had this, and I don't know if you have, where you've told your tenant to be in on this day at this time, and what happens? They forget. They go to the shops, they take the dog for a walk, and your surveyors got steam out of their ears because they've been knocking on the door, they've had to go away, it's an aborted appointment, and of course they're not going to do any favors when you try and rebook a second appointment, and you're almost threatening your tenant not to leave the house. And of course it delays it, and it's extremely stressful for everybody. So speed is massive. Now, lower fees, lenders that offer AVMs will quite often differentiate the valuation prices. It is, of course, a lot cheaper for lenders if they can do an AVM. So they will charge a lower fee rather than that higher charge if they've got to get a surveyor out to your property. And that's quite often passed to you. So, you know, win-win all round there. But here's the thing. Here's the absolute main reason why you might want an AVM done. So listen, if you are a landlord that owns a property where that property is in poor condition, let's say, this is one example. You can come up with other reasons why you might not want a surveyor going around every room in that house. I'll let you make your own conclusions on that. I'm just going to give you the one example to set that hair running. And that is if your property is poor condition. Let's say you've just got an issue with damp. Look, you're not a bad landlord. You are going to sort it out, but it takes time, doesn't it? You've got to dry it out. Maybe you've got to chip the plaster off. You've got to let it all breathe. You've got to then do a damp-proof course. It can take weeks and weeks and weeks. And what if you wanted to get that that application in now? Maybe you actually need to pull money out to be able to do these works. So you're now caught between the devil and the deep blue sea here. But if you could get an AVM done where no one's going to go in your property, and if the AVM comes back and you're happy with that, then happy days, we move onwards. Now, I've got my second bullet point here. Home Track, they're one of the UK, I think they are the UK's largest supplier of AVMs to the bank and building site and lender market. To give you an idea, 50 million AVMs they did last year. So it's a huge, huge and growing market. Now, they also, those algorithms power Zoopla's property estimates. So if you want to try and get an indication, go on to Zoopla and put that property address and details in on their valuation estimate and see if it's coming out with something that sounds reasonable, because that might give you an indicator. Now, even if you have an AVM done and it doesn't come out right, you can quite often with some lenders challenge that and get a physical valuation and then pay the extra if you're not happy with that. So sometimes you can have your cake and eat it. But coming back to my main point, if you, for whatever reason, don't want a surveyor coming round the property, and you are happy to then go with that AVM process, then, speak to us as brokers. You can talk to us confidentially. You can tell us about the issues and challenges and problems you have with your property. We're acting on your behalf. We've got your best interests at heart. And therefore, if we're then thinking, okay, well, actually, we want to be researching AVM lenders, then that gives us the direction of travel. It gives us the research we want to do. And that allows you, hopefully, to hit your objectives, get what you want, and sidestep that issue, that skeleton in the cupboard, whatever it happens to be. So I hope that's given you food for thought. Want to speak to the team? There'll be a link to our diary in the comments below. Have a chat and let's see if we can help you.